Hey, what's up guys? So a lot of you have been asking for a setup tutorial. You want to know what equipment I use, what software I use, and I'm going to be providing, okay? This is everything I use to be the best Procreate artist I can be. So first up, we got the iPad Pro 2023 edition, I think. It came out last year around November, October, I think. If I remember correctly, I got it immediately and I've been using it ever since, okay? And there's been a lot of progression since then. My art's come a very long way. The thing about the iPad though is that it is very expensive, okay? I didn't get the base model. Like I said before, I got the iPad Pro. Yeah, it cost me basically around 1.8 thousand Canadian dollars, which is no hefty chunk of change, okay? You definitely want to think about how much you want to invest. You know, it's definitely a lot of money. So if you ain't doing this full time, then you might want to just go for the cheaper iPad models. And actually, you don't really need the iPad Pro. You could go for one of the base iPads. You know, it'll be easier. The iPad Air, maybe one of the smaller versions or the older generations. They're still very good. You know, you might just have to lower down on the layer count and such, but hiking down the 2K to Apple is not a necessity, okay? I also have it propped up on the stand. It's been working wonders for me, okay? It's sturdy, it gets the job done, there's nothing too complicated about it, and I love it. You don't want to be drawing flat onto your desk all the time. It's just gonna ruin your neck, you know. Soon enough, you'll be looking like Sid from Ice Age, and we want our neck to be well and healthy until we're like at least 60, 75, you know what I mean? The software I'm using is Procreate. It's very simple, it's very intuitive. It's one of the popular ones on iPad. I haven't really experimented with the other apps that you can find on iPad, but Procreate gets the job done. It has a whole bunch of features and it does what I need. It's basically the standard for professional art done on the iPad. If you guys are wondering what file size I use 4800 by 6000 pixels. You know, that is a very high pixel count, but you know, in the future I might want to be selling prints, so I just want to have that high pixel count so that you know, I could create those really large, like 30-inch 36-inch prints. You don't have to go that large, and if you have the lower models, you probably can't even go that big. You might have to size down, but for me and my iPad, I get around 32 layers with this high pixel count. Yeah, that's more than enough than I need. Oh, also I use 300 dpi for printing sakes. Okay, next up, going through my desk, we got this mouse mat. I got it from Redbubble, I think. Don't really know what the text means. I'm pretty sure, don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure it's just a bunch of gibberish. Like, all of them don't really connect together. I think there's like palace, white rabbit or something. So yeah, don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it's just, you know, a bunch of scattered words. But it looks cool and it matches my desk, so that's why I got it. Okay, moving on to my PC and more computery bits. I'm not gonna say all my PC parts, so I'm just gonna list them off here on the screen, and you can just go look at them. It's a really high-end PC, crazy powerful. And the main reason is it helps me create insane rendering times, okay? When I'm editing after a long video, you know, I work with large files and large time lapses, you know, lengthy videos. At the end, when I go and process it, I get really fast speeds because of my fast computer. It's actually a game changer, I'm not gonna lie. An important thing to note is that as an artist and, you know, a video creator, I work with a lot of large video files and, you know, PNG files, whatever, and it's very important for me to have a very large SSD or a lot of storage. So I went with the 2 terabyte storage in my PC, and to this day I still haven't fully run out of storage with all the videos I've created. I highly recommend investing in some storage if you're going to be working with video files and just art files in general, okay? You're gonna have a lot of files, you're gonna need a lot of storage. Don't have to go for a PC, you could go for a Mac. I hear they do really well with editing, but you know, I've never been in the Mac ecosystem or the Apple ecosystem, so yeah, I just went with the PC and I could do my gaming on there. My main monitor is a Dell S2417DG. What is this name, man? Like, come on, Dell, you gotta work on your naming schemes. Anyways, it's a 1440 by 165 hertz monitor. My second monitor is just an old Asus thing that I had. It's 1080p 60 fps, so nothing special. It's just a second monitor is actually a game changer, I'm not gonna lie. I had this Asus monitor lying around for a long time, but I just never was using it. But when I gave it the chance and the love to be my second monitor, oh my god, it did me so well. My productivity skyrocketed, okay? It's really good. I highly recommend, if you have a spare monitor lying around, just use it as a second monitor. It doesn't have to be crazy, but it'll just help you multitask way better. As you can see, I have the Blue Yeti mic to record. Nothing special, it's just really easy, gets decent quality, so yeah, that's why I have it. I might upgrade my mic soon enough, but for right now, it's doing me well. My keyboard is a Corsair K70 Lux. It's secondhand, passed down, and you know, it serves me well. It looks pretty cool. There's a couple keycaps missing and broken, but that's all good. You know, it's one of the irrelevant ones anyways. Who's using the right control? Not me. So we Gucci. Okay, now getting on to what is actually housing all these things. It's my FlexiSpot standing desk. I think it is the EC5, okay? This has been a game changer, not gonna lie. You know, as an artist, you're sitting down for long periods of time, and that's just no way good for your health and for your back. So every once in a while, when I'm feeling tired, when I'm, you know, my lower back starts to hurt, and then I can just work standing up. It is a miracle. I highly recommend getting one if you're sitting for long periods of time. Which actually brings us to the sponsor of today's video, which is going to be FlexiSpot. They gave me the desk, but recently they've also reached out and given me the chair that I'm sitting on. They have kindly sent me over their C7 ergonomic chair, which has been a great addition to my setup. My old chair was getting very crusty and it was losing its cushioning, and it really just wasn't fitting the feng shui of my setup. And fully honest, the C7 has been way more impressive than I thought. Like, this adaptive lower back support is literally shaving off years of future back pain for me. The chair is very adjustable. I mean, it comes with movable armrests. You can lift them up, move them side to side, back and forth. You know, you can adjust the height of your chair. You can recline your chair and lock it in position, so you could just basically relax after a long drawing sesh. You have this headrest you can adjust up and down, and then actually adjust the tilt as well. You can actually tilt the seat itself so that you have a better angle of attack when you're drawing. You know, you're in a more what I like to call gamer position. It's available in both mesh and foam options, but I got the foam version. You can check out their website for more ergonomic chairs, and you can use code C730 to get an exclusive code and enjoy a $30 discount. So if you're interested in upgrading the chair, I'd have a link in the description and pinned comment. Okay, now let's talk about the stuff I use to actually film. Okay, so the camera I use is actually the Sony a6600. You know, it's a great camera, it does the job. I've been recording for long hours and I've never had any overheating issues, so that's been great. The lens that I'm using is a Sigma 16mm lens, nothing too special, gets the job done, and that's my camera setup. It's being held up by a K&F Concept tripod, nothing too special. It's around 75 bucks on Amazon. And also I have these two lights that I got from Amazon as well. You know, nothing too special, they just get the job done. They're small, but they provide enough fill light for me during the, you know, dark days of winter in Canada. You know, it gets dark pretty fast, so yeah, having that extra light is a game changer. You can change the brightness and the color temperature as well, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, next up, as you can see, this thing behind me, it's just a newer arm thingy. I don't know what to call it, but yeah, basically it lets me record those top-down shots that I use for my Instagram reels, you know, the quick 20-second, 15-second like process videos. But yeah, it's been in the background of all my videos, so yeah, that's what it's for if you guys don't know. This little attachment thingy helps me record using my phone, which is a Google Pixel 7 Pro. I don't use my Sony camera for that, I just use my phone. It's lightweight, it's easier, it's over my desk, don't gotta worry too much. Okay, now let's actually talk about some of the stuff around my setup. Okay, I have some awards back there, and then I have this painting that mysteriously just showed up at my house one day. Yeah, I let it marinate in my front lawn for a couple of days, no one picked it up, so yeah, it's been in my room ever since then. I also have this like sketch Iron Man little thingy that I did back in high school. It was using the grid method, so it's a little it was kind of cheating, but yeah, I was proud of it at the time, so I hung it up, and you know what, it doesn't look that bad in my setup. Then I have this whiteboard with Hinata from Haikyuu, All Might, and then a Pikachu giving bombastic side eye for some reason. Yeah, I was on something that day. But I actually have a nice quote at the top saying, "It's not impossible until you fail." Just reminding me, you know what, no matter how much struggle I go through, no matter how hard, you know, the path forward might seem, until 100% it's done up, you know, until there's nothing left, you gotta keep going, okay? And as an artist, it's a very important message, because we all know the amount of self-critique we give ourselves is probably the most in the world. And then right beside that, we have one of the most important aspects of my setup, which is the 100,000 subscriber plaque. You know, I got it recently, like a month ago, and yeah, it just serves as a reminder to be grateful of the support from you guys. So I just want to say again, thank you. It's an incredible milestone. Here's to getting 1 million, maybe. Okay, yeah, and that's basically my setup that I use. Just a reminder, this setup wasn't built in a day. You know, it took me like around like 1.5, 2 years to get this thing going. And at the end of the day, the main moneymaker is the iPad Pro, okay? I use it to draw, I use it to screen record. And yeah, I mean, you don't even need that fancy camera. You can just use your smartphone. This video is actually being recorded on my smartphone. The main advice I have is just start, okay? Before the iPad, I had a Huion Canvas 16 Pro, which was nice. It was a display tablet. But before then, I had like the $40, $50 super tiny Huion tablets that were extremely hard to draw on. But it just goes to show you, know, as long as you have something to draw, you can start your art journey. With that said, that was my setup tour. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, but the most important thing about my setup is the PS5, okay?